Pleasure to be here. Thank you so much. I've been invited to share with you my thoughts on what the study of well-being has to say about innovation. How can the study of well-being help innovation? Well, firstly, I'd like to say that it's a science, it's an art, and it's a craft of how life goes well. How you and I can help our lives go well, the lives of those we love, and our children. But we're not just interested in scientific observations. We're also interested in how the arts, how novels, plays, films, music, dance, what can they tell us about life, about the dynamics that affect life? No less than a physicist will explain to us about the dynamics of the universe. The clever strategy, note that word strategy, is to keep flexible, to keep versatile, to duck and weave, to move so that you can adapt yourself to whatever life throws at you. And indeed, my definition of well-being, if somebody said, how would you define well-being? I would say it's the skill and it's the self-motivation to embrace, I'll come back to that word embrace, put your arms around, hug, whatever life throws at you, the setbacks and the successes, the tragedies and the triumphs, and take them and make something beautiful of whatever life throws at you. That old professor, George Valiant at Harvard, his expression was, life will throw eggs at you, and your job is to make omelets. Life will throw lemons at you, your job is to make lemonade. Where do we feel fear? Where do we feel any emotions? When I go into schools, I ask the boys and girls, the 17-year-olds, what are your emotions for, boys? And you can see they go, yeah, what's the shame for, the love, the loneliness? What are emotions for? Darwin said they're there to drive your life forward. The study of well-being is not about happiness. Mother Nature doesn't care whether you're happy or sad. They're both. There's no such thing as a bad emotion. It's how you're using emotion. Anger is a fabulously powerful emotion. The wish for revenge, the Count of Monte Cristo, fabulously powerful emotion. Loneliness, shame, wonderful, but you have no such thing as an unhelpful emotion. It's how cleverly, how skillfully, how strategically you use your emotion to carry you forward. And Mother Nature, she's interested in improving your relationship with life, your rapport with life. How well do you dance with life, or Aikido and Judo with life? As a psychotherapist, I'm a trauma specialist, and I guarantee everyone in this room is carrying with them emotional trauma. The word trauma is from the Greek meaning wounds. So you have been wounded like someone has cut you with a knife or a bullet. And when we are wounded, so everyone is carrying wounds from your childhood, from your school days, from relationships that didn't work out. It's the nature of life. We are learning animals. We are learning creatures. And you learned the good stuff, your sense of humor, your love of sport, but you also learned unhelpful stuff. Now, my only question is, what are you doing with the energy of those wounds? Some of you will be playing handball. Some of you will be playing the guitar, writing poetry. Your arrow will go so much faster, so much further because of the trauma, because of your emotional wound, because of all of that painful energy. You will burn very brightly because of that. And when I came across the Japanese art of kintsukuroi, it means the golden repair. And you can see here, the idea is that you take a precious porcelain pot and you allow it to drop. It breaks into several pieces. And then you take precious molten metal, silver, platinum, gold, and you repair, you mend the pot. And the end result, a pot that has been well mended, is far more beautiful than the pot that has never run into trouble in the first place. I can see the metaphor, and that is my promise as a psychologist to the person I'm working with, saying, when you have mended yourself beautifully, your life will be so much better because of, not in spite of, but because of the pain you have endured. Their whole approach is very much, you will wear a device that will tell you your heart rate all day long. Now, I think they're making a big mistake because I'm not interested in my heart rate. I'm interested in my girlfriend's heart rate, or at least I should be. We're about embracing life. I want a device that will say, girlfriend alert, your girlfriend is bored of you. Everyone in the room will have their own worldview, then their own values, personally made like a tailored suit, and that's yours. And the study of well-being, the science, art, and craft of well-being are merely strategies, merely tools, like you're in the box that you're carrying into work, into play, into school, into home. You have your toolbox of skills. Thank you so much for inviting me to share some of the ideas with SAP this morning. Thank you.